early on in my career, in the first few years of my career, we spent a lot of time in New York City. And so this would have been 1986-ish, somewhere in there. And 80, maybe 87. And MTV had a fire. And back in that part of the 80s, MTV was like really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it was amazing. We were also doing a project down in Brooklyn at a bank down at an old historic bank, which is a beautiful building down in Brooklyn, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but we were up in downtown New York. We're actually uptown on 58th, somewhere down there, and at the MTV offices. And on every desk, it was the executive offices, so they all had like the MTV Spaceman,
oh yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And that's where Astro comes from. I should have Astro out here, but oh well. And so during that time, I mean, there were like rock stars coming in and out of there because they were also, filming there, and they were doing contracts and stuff. And so, it was, you name it. I think Kiss was there one day. We had U2, we had, Madonna. There was all these people. I was like, and here we were, we're cleaning, so we're like, we're not even being noticed. And we're just like, wow, this is unbelievable. And one weekend we were off on a Sunday, and we went down to the World Trade Center, and I was with a buddy of mine, and we're standing in Battery Park, and we were looking up at the trade centers, and it's like, man, what if? What if? Wouldn't that be an amazing job? The MTV job, that was a fire. We were cleaning up after a fire. And we were down at the World Trade Center looking up, going, man, what if? We went up on top on the observation, it used to be right on platform, right on top of the World Trade Centers, right above the windows on the World, which was the restaurant, was on top there. And we were like, man, what if? This would be an amazing project. And so this was 1987. And that was where you see my T-shirts where I say, what if, how much, how long? That's where this comes from. And because 6 years later, the first bomb on the World Trade Centers occurred in 1993, in February of 1993. And next thing you know, that was our project. And we were there. And that project is still, one of still the largest project ever done. There's only one building on Earth that's bigger than the World Trade Centers at 8.8 million square feet. And we did it in 16 days. And so there will be a project that will be bigger than that 8.8 million square feet one day. But it won't be done in 16 days. We had 4,000 people a day. My end of it was safety, but we had just the crew, we had Joey Taylor, Bill Boss, those were, heading up everything, Nancy Leo, Brad Key, just the list of superstars that were on that job. I was blessed, to be part of them. I handled the safety with Vernon Duty, and giving everybody a shout out. And then I stayed and did the hotel, which was the Vista Hotel. It was the Marriott Hotel when the towers came down in 9/11. But that was just an amazing, I wish for all the restorers out there, I could send you like a little bottle that you could open it up and go, ah. And it still gives me goosebumps to this day, that project. And that it's probably my time in New York City, those first few years, because New York is a challenge to do business in New York.
Right.
But after you get used to it and you start acting like you live there, it's not too bad. But the World Trade Center in 93, still, one of the, I can't believe it's been that long already, but still one of my highlights.
Well,